I recently sat down and asked myself, what is this that Simbarati is doing that is making the people at the grassroots really in the villages really loving him, to love him so much the way they are doing right now? Then I decided to conduct a visit to a place called Nyamache, Bobasi, where Simbarati comes from, simply to go and see what is there. And there's one simple thing I realized about Simbarati. He has concentrated on making roads which are iconic as far as the leadership in Gusii is concerned. We have to admit that in Gusii region, once you make roads, once you go outside there and probably pay school fees in the form of bursaries, then you have the people on your side. So I went to that village to simply go and see that what is this that Simbarati has done. Before I take you through on what Simbarati has done, please, if this is the first time you're watching videos here, kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Now, let me dive into the topic today. Why is Simbarati so much loved in the villages? When I went to Nyamache, I even actually took a motorbike. I went through Basansa, Burangi, to just simply go and see how roads are on that side. And honestly speaking, I realized that Simbarati has done a tremendous job when it comes to the roads of that region. I don't know whether when he did them, but the fact remains that there are few ones that I found that were new. That is including that one going for Basansa Primary School. Across there, roads have been done. That road for Basansa Primary School, it was very narrow before. I realized trees have been cut. The road has been widened. People there are enjoying themselves because motorbikes could easily cruise through that place. So the fact remains that Simbarati has worked in the villages, has worked literally in the villages and is doing a good job. But to be specific on the roads. But when it comes to the issues of health, still it's a big challenge. When you look at, there's a hospital in Magena as we speak today. There's a lady who literally passed because of failure of being attended to by one of the nurses there. It was a dispensary actually. This is what happened. The lady went to that place, and when she was in serious pain because of the labor pains, because she was expecting to deliver a child, and some nurses literally assumed that no, bado huyu hajafika wakati wake wa kuzaa. So literally what happened is that the lady was ignored. She cried in pain, and eventually passed on. It was very sad. It was very sad that nurses can do that in front of the entire world. Decided to literally ignore patients of that type. When someone is in serious pain, you find a way to help this person at least, because that's what happens in many other hospitals. For those who are fathers, can understand this. In many other hospitals, people do that. So therefore, it's essential that this woman could have gotten the care. But in real sense, they left the woman. She finally died. And I heard that the nurse has already been sacked and probably the investigation has just begun. And we hope that he's going to be held culpable for the actions that he did. Now, if you look at this closely, that means that it's an indication that there's a problem in the hospitals. And that really needs to be fixed by Simbarati himself. I wish that now he crafts a very serious and a very intelligent team that is going to work out and ensure that he delivers. Because one of the things that we have in the Kenya's constitution that is helpful to the people, it's devolution. But the moment the leaders do not deliver to the people of Kenya, especially on the devolved functions like in the counties, it happens that a lot is going to happen as damage instead of the benefits of devolution that we all expect. So therefore, the failures like that one of the woman should be seriously be dealt with. Another thing I want to say that if you go to KTRH, there's no much that has been done there as far as the services are concerned. At some point, we had what you call the CT scan not functioning. At some point, we also had, we even don't have medications on the shelves. That one is very true. So we hope that Simbarat is going to fix this because there's money. That's what I know. If there are counties that don't lack money, it's Kisii County. Money is there. Because every time, there's always money that is returned to the exchequer. So money is there. So I wish Simbarati can fix this so at least we can have a legacy that we can remember him for as being part of the governor. However, we cannot forget that there are some challenges that Simbarati experiences so far in the Gusii region. Number one is this. Ongwae was in office and they managed to do all those small things within the town. Fixing roads here and there. All the feeder roads actually in town, they have been done. Except one or two, but most of them have been done. If you move from Kisii town through JKUAT all the way to Nyanchwa, that road has been done. If you go and pass through Nyanchwa all the way to Suneka, it has been done. if you go to most of these feeder roads within Gusii region, they have been done by the county governments. For those that are done by the county governments, and for those done by the national governments as well, they have been done. So Simbarati comes into office where he cannot impress people with the roads within the town. As a result, he has gotten serious rejection within the town that is making him actually be hated more within Kisii town. But I hope that he's going to get a plan to be able to get the people back through development. However, there are deliberate mistakes that I saw in him. One of them being not being able to repair the stage early enough. Stage was really hectic to get there with a car. It was literally in a bad state, but eventually came up and corrected it after 2 years of a cry. Now, another thing I was able to identify from Simbarati is that when you look at closely what is happening in Kisii County as we speak today, the fact is that the people within the Kisii town are really congested, especially the businessmen. There are literally pavements there where vehicles should pass, but are blocked by business people. There are people literally who have openly decided to block roads so that they can be able to access a place to sell their products to the people. I wish there was a huge market where all sellers must be, and then they vacate the town so that we can have, if it is buying, you find them at one place so that nobody goes for a loss, nobody is suffering. Everyone else gets his or her benefits just as being a business person. But if you check closely, Simbarati has not indicated any signs of changing that within the town. But we hope that before he finishes his 2-year term, he's going to, if he's going for the second term, of which I believe that is unstoppable. He's going for the second term. The way I'm seeing he's working right now, he's going for the second term. So therefore, probably Simbarati, if he gets a way to fix the town, ensure that it is decongested, it will give him a legacy that's going to drive him even for future ambitions like being the president or deputy president in this country. I don't know what's your take as far as Simbarati's performance is concerned, but please let me see in the comment section what you think about Simbarati, on especially what he needs to correct and what he needs to do. Now, another thing that I want to say is that Simbarati has changed a lot. Before, we used to have goons beating people right, left, and center because some of them, of course, we know were brought by him. But as we speak today, nowadays it is not the same case again. We're not seeing goons around unless maybe it's me who has not been beaten up. But I'm believing that we could be getting stories. Before, when the goons were in town, we realized that not just even the opponents of Simbarati were suffering. The people of Simbarati were literally suffering. I remember there's a case of a boda person who was literally gotten off his bike with a customer and then beaten, hit in his head. He was taken to hospital and then he succumbed there to death. It was very sad. In the name of wearing Simbarati's t-shirt. So in a nutshell, goons don't only affect the opponent, they also affect your supporters immensely. So what happened is that even other politicians adopted the culture of bringing goons. So as a result, the goons were beating each other right, left, and center. Eventually, we realized that Kenyans were suffering, especially in the Gusii town. There's a lot of unrest, and we even realized at some point boda were turning against each other, which was a dangerous move within the Gusii region. And as a result, we realized today that, of course, after an outcry about this, we public cry on what is happening. As we speak today, Gunizum, I don't think it's there again. And as we speak today, we hope that we are going to have a serious change so that you don't have for any time in the future where you have goons beating people within the town. Another thing I want to say literally, it is that Simbarati has immensely tried to change some few things, especially in governance, to ensure that he has avoided corruption, which is a good thing, and we have to applaud him for that. But now we want to see the money that is stopped from corruption, it is channeled to seriously into development. However, he has to improve on what you call accessibility. He needs to be accessible to the people. Simbarati is never in his office. I usually see the office is empty. He used to be in the stadium holding meetings there, but after the stadium now is no longer available. Let him be available to the people, be easy so that he can be with the people and understand their problems within the local level. My name is Abel Mukua. I don't know what's your take. Please let me see in the comment section what you think about Simbarati. Do you think he's going for the second term or not?